Peak News. I'm Tammy Devine. I'm guest hosting for the Watchman, Chaim Goldman, who's taking a much needed break. And you're listening to AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer. And for everything the Peak, including our 150 plus podcasts, you can go to our website, thepeak.news. And the Peak News is brought to you by a number of sponsors and advertisers. We'll mention one, the Road Church Chapel Hill with Pastor Steve Holt. Been there. It is a wonderful place, and just really happy that they are sponsors and advertisers here on the Peak News. So the Peak News is all about a truth-telling and First Amendment defending broadcast and the internet news source for citizens of the Pikes Peak region. We invite you to join us as a citizen journalist, a tech, intern, guest, or sponsor. And all of the info you can always find on thepeak.news. And on your favorite podcast site, you can just search for The Peak News. And so today's theme is all about media and entertainment. And we're focusing on media today. I'm calling today's show No is a Perfectly Acceptable Answer. Now, this is something that people have said to me throughout life, and I'm like, you know what? We really do need to utilize the power of no more often, especially with the Peak News being all about citizen journalism. We're in an era of citizen journalism, and sadly, I think we have to be in an era of citizen journalism because the news is not always doing such a great job. I wanted to invite somebody here from the mainstream media today, and it was difficult getting that. Some of it was the timing, but I think a lot of it is fear also on the part of people in the mainstream media. A lot of things are happening, layoffs, changes with the White House and the new administration, and that kind of thing. And so, I call it the rise of citizen journalism is happening because of the dereliction of duty, in my opinion, at times of the mainstream media. So I am leaving that invitation open if time ever allows me to come back here. I'll leave that invitation open to mainstream media personalities so they can come and defend why people should continue to watch mainstream media news. So Divine Family Entertainment is all about citizen journalism. We're going to be a streaming platform. We're up and coming. We're gathering things behind the scenes. Lots of content back. Probably about 2,000 pieces of content now. We want to have 5,000 before we launch. And the citizen journalism part of that is going to be truth defenders. And that's something Chaim and I are working together on, is all that citizen journalism. So some of the headlines that we're going to be talking about today locally will include the Denver mayor. He was really pushed a little bit on the sanctuary city status, and we can chat a little bit about that with the guest here in a little bit. And I'm going to tell you who that awesome guest is going to be in just a moment. And we'll also talk a little bit about the cases of measles that we're hearing about. We're going to hear from actual citizen journalists today. They will be incorporated into the show. So I'm super excited about that, and I know you are too. Also, Colorado Springs will be holding elections on April 1st, and so you'll need to know about that. We'll talk about that. And then nationally, and we can tie some of this to the local as well with the guests, we'll talk about the Blue Ghost moon landing, the tragic death of Gene Hackman, and daylight savings time. Yes or no on that? Should we keep it or should it go? President Trump is advocating that it goes, so what do we do? So anyway, let me introduce the guest. So excited about having him here. The guest today is Trip U-Haul, who's the founder of Oxymorons Comedy. And hello, Trip.
Hey, Jamie.
I'm so glad you're here. We're going to have to wrap it up here in just a second, but we're going to talk about including the funny into citizen
acceptance speech.
Well, you can do that in the next segment. All right.
How long do we have? 30?
Oh,
Oh, I see.
yeah. Okay. So I went way over, right?
Oh, no, you didn't go over.
Did I go under? Okay. I
I don't
didn't.
know why that's
set-
in
I didn't set it.
I just twisted.
Set the time.
You didn't reset it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. So that was the first segment, right? Now we're into the second segment.
Yep.
Holy buckets. Okay. Okay. So this is 10 minutes, and we're gonna talk,
Break is 3 minutes.
but we're gonna subtract. We're gonna subtract 1 minute and 9 seconds from that. So that'll be 8:09, right? Okay.
Well, but I mean, you have the, it's 10, whatever you're.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
You
but
can read this for
in
you.
this segment, at 8:09, you should run the first one, which is
Oh, you have to watch the time. Do it. He'll wait for you to do it.
okay.
And try to remember when you're, heading out to break.
Okay. I'm sorry. You're watching you're
What?
listening to the.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's radio. We keep setting the table. So that people know.
Okay.
There's people come and go.
Did I talk for 6 minutes?
Yeah.
That was 6 minutes? I didn't even get to the second page.
We're going to try to do 6 headlines.
I
Place where
see.
we normally try to do
I
3.
see, I see, I see.
Trial by fire. Hey, you know what? No, sorry. This is your show. What you do with it. Practice it. It's okay. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
Try to follow the format. Watch the ums.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Watch the ums.
Watch it out.
That's right. Okay, have fun.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so for the measles segment,
Uh-huh.
when did you want to run that one?
That was going to be after.
Because it looks like you may want it to be in segment 5, which is 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, let's put it there.
And there's a 5-minute commentary and a 2.5 rant. So you would have to be out. Really, you'd only have 3 minutes of talking time. So do you want to, for each of those things, like talk about them before or after? So like,
Yeah, I'll do a little lead up for like 20 seconds.
okay,
Yeah, do it.
okay,
So the timing part is kind of
yeah,
difficult for me. So at 8:09 we'll do the sports one.
Okay.
For this next segment,
That's the
and
next
I'll
segment.
figure out the next one.
Cool. Okay. So, and when did you want that? The Kennedy one, or what was her name, Catherine?
Okay, let's do that one at the end of trip segment. The 12-minute interview.
So,
Okay. All right, welcome back to the Peak News. I'm Tammy Devine in for Chaim Goldman, the Watchman. So excited to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks for joining us. This is our media theme day of Thursday, and I am I do want to talk a little bit about some local headlines. And Trip Uhalt, who is the founder of the Oxymorons, is joining us. And he's going to be talking about some of those local headlines. I'll mention them in just a little bit, but also the Blue Ghost moon landing, a little bit about Gene Hackman and daylight savings. And so, Trip, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, thank you so much, Tammy, and thank you to the Peak News for having us here today. I just got to say that news is everything to everybody, and what affects one person might affect the next person totally different.
In a completely different way.
Boy,
Yeah.
did we see that on the presidential address the other night?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Whoa.
That was crazy. It was interesting. President Trump talked about a lot of great, wonderful things, but talking about injecting humor into the news, which is what you do, I thought it was hilarious that the other side was putting up the signs. Like they had a lot of meme potential when they put up those signs. Don't
I'm
you
sorry,
think?
did you say mean?
Mean and meme.
Ah, there you go. Yes, mean.
Potential.
Mean with a
Yeah. So
And the funny thing about it is, people don't read anymore.
that's right. So yeah, there's that meme that says those kids would be really upset if they could read what those
Right.
signs are, right? In the some cartoon. But that's so great. Um, so that's one area where I, that's hilarious.
Right, being a comedian, it's very easy material to pick on current content, current topics, and everything. Lampoon those and bring those to the stage. And Oxymorons Comedy, by the way, is a clean and family-friendly, God-honoring comedy group. We've been voted
Love
best
that.
of the Springs every year since we were founded in 2019. And our mission actually is to let people know that our God is not just the God of thou shalt not, but also the God of joy, of love, grace, forgiveness, and salvation through His Son Jesus Christ. And if you come to one of our shows, you're not going to get a message or a lecture, but you do get to check off the box that you went to something holy during the week, and
Yeah.
and you're gonna kids every 500 are gonna enjoy the show.
Yeah. And with all that humor that you guys do with Oxymorons, this is why I think it's important to inject humor into citizen journalism, even as we're saying no to some of the things that are going on, with no being a perfectly acceptable answer. One of the things that I think we and people who are citizen journalists need to do is say no to the sanctuary city in the U.S. I know that's a big, hot, tough topic to deal with, but that's an area that people, in my opinion, need to say no about. I don't know if there's anything funny about that necessarily, but I think it's important that the Denver mayor was pressed on the sanctuary city
Called out by
situation.
President Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, called out by him. Also, there's also the cases of the measles. That was a local headline that I think would be a great thing for citizen journalists to be talking about. Is the situation going on with the measles? Apparently, there's an outbreak happening that people are talking about, but we're actually going to have a citizen journalist talk about that in a little while in this show towards the end. That maybe there's not as big of an outbreak as people are saying, and maybe we need to say no to anybody who might be thinking about mandates or requirements because of this situation going on. And then also, Colorado Springs elections happening April 1st. I think people need to be
How
aware of
ironic.
that. That's ironic, right? It's like on April Fool's Day.
Right? Right?
Yeah, maybe that's the best day for elections sometimes. Um, but let me just read a little bit because we do want to talk about local news here and tie everything to local news.
Hey, but this just in, news flash, it is road construction season here in Colorado
Oh,
Springs.
yep, that too. That's always a lot of fun, isn't it? I remember that 25 was backed up for like years.
Oh yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. The posted speed limit was 5.
That's what it should have been. regarding that. That's going out Sunday, this Sunday, March 9th, and that is Chaim Goldman's thing. So let's make sure to pick those up in the churches so you know what your elected officials are talking about and dealing with. Okay,
Those are wonderful.
yeah. All
Really
right.
helpful.
So got through the local news. Now we need. I want to talk about this blue ghost moon landing trip. What's up with that?
Well, from NASA, they have landed on the moon. In case you didn't hear, we have a new probe on the moon carrying science and technology. The Blue Ghost Mission 1 traveled 240,000 miles to the moon, exceeding goals, expectations, and its extended warranty. So somebody's going to be getting a call at NASA.
Are they gonna have to? If something breaks down, are they gonna have to walk back? Or, I don't know how they do that.
They'll moonwalk back.
Yeah, they'll moonwalk. Oh, that's good.
Landed on the moon on Sunday, and one of the cool things about it is that it's only going to be up there for one lunar day, and one lunar day is 14 Earth days.
Oh wow, 2
Because
weeks
the,
for
the,
us.
the moon turns slowly. That's why we always only see the one side of the moon.
The one side.
The one side of the moon, the dark side of the moon.
Dark side.
Great tune, great album by Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it arrived, and Blue Ghost traveled more than 2.8 billion miles. It never stopped to ask for direction, and it downloaded 27 gigabytes of data, which is
A man must have been driving it.
Right? 27 gigabytes of data, which is eclipsed by the 200 gigabytes of selfies Kim Kardashian takes in a day.
Okay. I know you got to talk more, but I really want to talk about daylight savings time. I did want to talk about the Gene Hackman situation, but we're out of time for this segment.
Sure.
We've got 30 seconds.
There's more where that came
I
from.
want to touch on daylight savings time because people need to know.
It's spring forward,
Spring forward.
fall back, and we were help us figure this out. Go to the website
You can go to the Peak News on Facebook, or you can go to the Tammy Divine Facebook as well, and tell us if you're in favor or against getting rid of daylight savings.
And if you don't set your clock, are you going to be late for church, or are you going to be early for church?
All right, we are now going into our next break right here on the Peak. I'm
Great.
gonna figure it all out.
Super us.
Wait, what?
So are we done with those news headlines?
Yeah.
Do you want to do Gene Hackman at all, or no? What
So this is where you're supposed to monologue for 4 minutes. Let's have you monologue for.
is he giving? I can't hear his timepiece from my headset.
I just
He's
feel
giving you
through the
visually?
window.
What segment are we in? 3?
Segment 3.
This is 5.5 minutes. You want me to talk before?
For 3.5.
You want me to talk about what? Oxymoron?
This part is more humor in citizen journalism. everyone's been here all month. Oh no, so just bear with me, everyone. Okay, first time guest hosting in a long time. All right, back here on the Peak News on Salem Radio, 1460, 1640, The Answer. I'm sorry, 1460 and FM 101.1, The Answer. I'm going to get it right. Bear with me, you all. Thank you so much to Chaim Goldman for letting me sit in as a guest host today. So our guest for this show today, Trip U Hall, Oxymorons founder, that great improv comedy group. We're discussing how no is a perfectly acceptable answer, and also citizen journalism and how we can incorporate citizen journalism, how we can incorporate humor into citizen journalism as a way to be able to share information to our neighbors and locally as well, because it's something that's so important when the news is not, the mainstream news may not necessarily be doing the job they're supposed to. So, Trip, you get a little bit of time here, so take it away.
Well, thanks, Jamie. And yeah, it's news is can be so dark and negative. And being a comedian, I'm also a teacher, and I teach at UCCS and Pikes Peak. And it's just a way to infuse fun and engagement, and a way to make things more entertaining and engaging and worth listening to. I work it into my lectures. I work it into everything that I do, and it really keeps people entertained and engaged because they want to hear what you're going to say. And you say no. One of the big rules of improv comedy is to yes and. So anything you say, I'm going to accept and I'm going to run with it. But as far as no, you can deny the scene on stage and take it in a different direction, but you don't discount the suggestion. So if I say, boy, Tammy, your hair looks blonde today, you might say, well, it's a new drink I've been just dying to try, and yeah, I'm going to learn how to deal with it. And so
maybe I should try that. Maybe I should try that look.
I saw some green vegan stuff out here in the hallway that might do the trick.
Sounds a little scary.
But yeah, and as far as journalism, I've been in broadcasting since 1984. Imagine that coincidentally, year George Orwell. And so, and I've been in advertising and commercial production. So, with numerous forays into news, I was a director when I left, and it's there are perfectly good times to say no when it's appropriate, and the media it's a difficult job because you have politicians and lawgivers and people in power that are trying to get their message across, and they're trying to utilize the news to do that. And so, look at the mainstream media right now with what's going on in the national sector, and the media reacts and responds to what they're told by the big shots up on Washington Hill or up in the state capitol or whatever, and then they take it and run with it. And we as responsible media people need to make sure that our facts are checked, that they're accurate, and that we don't fall into editorializing the news, and that we don't become yellow journalists and sensationalist journalists. We've seen plenty of that over the years.
Yeah, we really have. And also with a lot of the things that are going on with, not so much mandates anymore, but I'm always waiting for that other shoe to drop. Like maybe that might happen. Again, especially with the measles situation, with cloud seeding, with things being put in our water and our food. I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to. When we're doing citizen journalism, we need to stand up and say no, but also get people on camera that we're putting into our reports to say no as well to some of these things. And I feel like that was really part of the mandate given to the president in this administration as well.
Give me just a second, Tammy, why don't you explain for the audience who may not know what is a citizen journalist?
That's great.
After the break, hang on.
We'll definitely do
The
that.
operators are standing by.
That's right. We'll definitely go into that some more in the next segment. I'm Tammy Devine, President and CEO of Divine Family Entertainment. You're listening to The Peak on AM 1460, FM 101.1, The Answer. And we'll be right back.
That's great.
I feel like I'm bombing with a lot of energy. Oh,
Energy's
I'm
good.
in some trouble. But we'll get it. We'll get it.
I think the energy's good. I think it's good. So
So I was gonna call for those, and then I keep forgetting to set the timer. That's been my issue.
so
I don't know what to do with those citizen journalism reports. Maybe we'll do one at the
How long
beginning.
is this?
Let's do one at the beginning.
uh,
Because we have 12 minutes in this segment for
Yes.
now, right?
so if you want, you could at the very start be like, all right, straight into it. Here's just a journalist, measles thing or whichever one you want to do.
Okay.
And then I could play it, and then after I play it, I'll give you like a count of how much time you have, and I can do the math for it.
Oh, I would love for you to
No
do the
problem.
math.
And then I'll give you like a count for how long you have until you need to play the next one.
Okay. Can we play the next one? Are you saying we should do back to back? Like the
We
sports?
could, because in segment 5, because we already played the sports one
Oh, we did?
at the end of the 10-minute one.
We did?
Yes.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I thought,
I'm
because
glad you did.
in the thing here it
I
says
didn't even hear it.
run Matt Sports PRP.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could run one of them in the next segment, but you have only 3 minutes for commentary.
Yeah,
As
let's
opposed to
let's
5.
do it in this 12.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So which one would you like to run at the start? Which one?
Let's do the U.S. aid one
Okay.
first, and then the measles second
Okay. Yeah.
at the end. So you're gonna cue me for
Yeah.
the beginning of each.
And so I'm gonna give you countdowns. Well, actually, just cue yourself.
Oh, it's fine.
No worries.
All right, it's me, Tammy Devine, sitting in for Chaim Goldman, the Watchman, here on The Peak. And with me is Trip Evil, Oxymoron's founder.
Hello, hello.
We're going to be discussing tourism and the oxymoron some more, and how humor often saves the day some more in just a little bit. But first, I want to go to another citizen journalism report. This one comes from Karen Kennedy, a citizen journalist who has some strong opinions. Well, Tripp asked me a question in the previous segment about what is citizen journalism, and I think that Karen Kennedy, as a citizen journalist right there, said it pretty well. If someone cares about their community, gets civically engaged, and is willing to talk about it. And here on the Peak with Chaim Goldman, people have that opportunity to be citizen journalists, and you've heard a couple of those reports already. They're easy, they're simple. There's going to need to be some training going on, and that's what Chaim is doing right now. So get involved. Reach out to the Peak. Reach out to me. Go to watchdfe.com. Reach out to me there. info@watchdfe.com. I'm happy to talk to you about citizen journalism and being able to tell stories about your local communities, boots on the ground, right where you are. I think it's so important for us to do that. And as we're doing it, I believe, in my opinion, it's very important to say no to the things that we don't want our elected officials doing or saying. Say no to some of the things that the mainstream media is telling us that we need to buy into. We don't have to buy into everything. Now, I'm going to give a caveat here. Some local and national media outlets, mainstream media outlets, do okay. They do an okay job. But a lot of them are doing a horrible job. And I think that's why we're seeing the decline in mainstream media and the rise of citizen journalism with all kinds of different websites and platforms out there telling the news from right where they are, doing some undercover work as well. All right, I've cut into your time quite a bit, Tripp. I'm sorry about that. But I do want to talk about no. Not against me. Against everyone else you can say no, but not against me. On this show anyway. All right, so let's talk about you for a little bit. 41 years, I think you said, in TV and production and marketing and all that good stuff. Why did you feel that you wanted to go into this way back?
Well, I started off with a degree in psychology, and people said, well, if you want to make money in that, you're going to have to get into a clinic and talk to people and diagnose people. And, well, I'm not real good at keeping secrets, and don't like whining.
You're not alone, my friend. Not alone.
So I said, well, I better figure out something to do, and I'd always been interested in electronics and such. And TV 101 fit my schedule the first semester of my senior year, and off I went. And now I've taken, of course, additional coursework and workshops and things like that and training. And I was the broadcast production manager at Channel 5, KOAA here in town from 89 to 96. And I went over to Fox 21 to help them get news off the ground. And Joe Cole is a good friend, and left there in 2014 and got out into business on my own. And during that, I started teaching broadcasting and multimedia back in '91, and then ultimately opened my own business when I left broadcasting, and still do videos and training, advertisements, and how-to and sales and marketing videos. And now, Cave of the Winds asked me to work for them back in 2014. Said, hey, we just put this crazy ride that Trevor got over the famous Canyon.
It is evil. I have been on it.
I have video if anybody wants to see.
No, we will hide that
Go to
forever.
OxyOneComedy.com and you can see Tammy.
No, I didn't, Rolf. I didn't throw up, so that was good. I was proud of myself.
Well, and so there I'm the public relations and marketing manager. So I do videos all the time. I work with influencers and content creators, and it really is a lot of fun. Not that financial gain is the gauge, but there's a lot of people making a lot of money and have a lot of fun doing it. I know a number of influencers that I don't know if they ever even go back to their house. They always see pictures of them on a ship or something crazy island someplace doing something that's just fun and fantastic.
Now, I know with your background in TV and even in news and the work that you do, you don't necessarily share my opinion. So on some of the strong stuff that I say about mainstream media. So I'm not gonna put you on the hook for any of that. I'm just gonna let everybody know that all that stuff that I was saying is my take, Tammy's take, my opinion, not necessarily Tripp. So he doesn't get in trouble with all of that. But can you agree that citizen journalism is needed?
Absolutely. And with so much when Trump won the election.
Yeah.
Oh my
Screaming at
God.
the sky. They did that in 2016 and 2024. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's just you have a bit of a responsibility to, even if you want to share your opinions, regardless of which side they're on, conservative or liberal, you still owe it to people if you're going to put something out there to either be factual or let people know that it's your editorial content.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so I say that we need to interview some of our neighbors. We also need to interview some of the elected officials, get their public schedules for citizen journalism. Um, to do that, to also just be able to hold people to the fire and all that, and then that way we have something that we can look back on and say, hey, um, this is what you said, and now this is how you're voting, and this is what our community feels about that.
I know the DFE has a real interest in doing so, and I'm glad to be part of it. And
Yeah.
Tammy, how might you recommend to somebody who wants to be a citizen journalist getting an audience, say, with the mayor or the governor? I mean, you can't just walk up to the city hall and say, "Hey, I want to talk to the mayor.
Right.
What's up?"
Well, you need to be with somebody, right? Like the Peak or with Divine Family Entertainment, and we're working together now. So then then you can get like a pass, a press pass, to be able to go and talk to
Schedule
someone.
time, schedule the meeting.
Yeah. Or they have press conferences. I think they should be having press conferences. So
And most elected officials, especially if they're publicly visible, they'll want to know your questions ahead of time so they can prepare answers.
yeah,
Now that doesn't
that's
mean
an issue.
that doesn't mean that you can't slip some in there that you thought of, but
Well,
they
I
may
don't
not
think.
they
Yeah,
may not answer them.
I don't think they should be in elected office if they can't take unscripted questions. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
So, and that's something that actually President Trump, I think, does very well. He gives us time all the time to
They call
press.
him an Olympic listener.
I think that's a good description, actually. So, yeah, and so people need training. They can't just, they won't just know what to do. And I think it's relatively new for people in the community. So we got people like James O'Keefe, who does the undercover videos. I think he does citizen journalism very, very well. But everybody else needs to get a little bit of training, and they can do that with the Peak News. Go to peak.news. They can go to watchdfe.com, get in touch with me.
You had a
For all
news.
of that.
You opened a news outfit in Tibet.
It was Mongolia.
Mongolia.
And we are going to take our next break and be back here in just a little bit. You're listening to The Peak on AM 1460 and FM 101.1, The Answer. And actually, before we do that, we're going to go to another citizen journalism report. Let's do that. So that was. I'm gonna figure all this out soon. I'm glad that I'm going through it. So I don't know if he'll ever have me back again, but I feel like I'll really get it when he, if he does.
Nose. This segment is daylight savings time.
Yeah, let's do that.
Paid stuff in tourism.
um, yeah, we didn't really get into the tourism very much. But you did talk about tourism.
Yeah, but hardly.
Okay. Okay.
I think we can talk. It's really
Let's do the
it's
tourism.
meaty and facts stuff. It'll give some meat to what we're doing here.
Okay. That's what's been confusing me. 5 minutes for commentary, and then we go to Jim Miller's rant. So you're gonna cue me to toss to Jim, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna have a timer in there that I'm gonna put on because actually we're 14 seconds over in the last one, so we're gonna have 14 seconds left. So 46.
Okay.
446.
Okay. Okay.
But I'll
Sorry
cue
about
you in.
that.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
No worries at all.
Doing great.
You need one of those big blocks right there.
Yeah,
with the big
yeah.
red
Here we go.
dust.
All right. Welcome back to the Peak News. I'm Tammy Devine in for Chaim Goldman, the Watchman. I'm guest hosting today on the weekly theme of media on Thursdays, which is what Chaim normally does. And with me is Trip U-Hall,
Yeah, what up?
founder of the Oxymorons comedy group, which is amazing. So I think as we're getting ready to close out here, we wanted to talk a little bit about the real local stuff with the tourism and how all of that really connects into the citizens journalism.
Well, thank you, Tammy. One of the other things that one of the other hats I wear is that I am the marketing and promotion PR guy at Cave of the Winds, and Cave of the Winds is part of a number of Colorado tourist attractions, and we're part of the Pikes Peak Region Attractions Association, which is 29 of us all banded together and helping each other know and grow and spawn tourism in the area. Now, there are more than 29 attractions, but we're just those that have chosen to join the association. And tourism is really a great industry to be in. Cave of the Winds has, we're actually the second oldest business in Colorado Springs. We're part
I
of
did
the Chamber
not
of
know
Commerce.
that. Wow.
And we in 2023, 93 million people visited Colorado, and 25 million of those tourists visited Colorado Springs, and they spent $3 billion in
The beach.
Colorado residence gets a cut of that in their Colorado state tax return, which is kind of cool. And and those people, they come here, they have to stay in hotels, they have to rent cars, and so there's something called LART, the Lodging and Automobile Rental Tax, and they made $10 million from LART last year in 2024, and that is distributed back out to Visit Colorado Springs, our Convention Visitors Bureau, our Chamber of Commerce, and events and other economic development. And so, when you come to see Cave of the Winds or any of the other attractions in the area, you are helping grow your own economy and your own city government and betterment of living. The Pikes Peak Region Attraction Association, if you go to their website, it's pikes-peak.com, and we have last year we had 1.2 billion advertising impressions. We had 4.5
With a B.
with a B,
Sorry, that's
4.5
my interjection every time.
4.5 million views, 5 million clicks, and currently on Facebook we have 585,000 likes. We have 100,007 followers on Instagram. TikTok got a little bit of work to do, 8,000. And YouTube, which is kind of cool, we have 7 million subscribers. We're the biggest single destination travel channel in the U.S. We're the 15th largest single travel destination channel in the world. Disney is behind us. They're number 2 at 1.6.
Get out of here, behind.
Pikes Peak Region Attractions.
Okay.
They're 1.6 million. We're 7 million. And so, one of the things that we do, Oxymorons Comedy, is we do raffle off and hold silent auctions for numerous Pikes Peak Region area attractions. We have a show this Saturday at the Pink Improv Theater. The show starts at 7. Go to oxymoronscomedy.com. And hey, if you go to oxymoronscomedy.com to contact and sign up for our newsletter or our contact, we will randomly choose 2 people and give you some free passes for some of the Pikes Peak Region attractions, and come out to the show, and you can bid on numerous attraction passes, and the proceeds will go to the Human Trafficking Task Force of Southern Colorado.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Tripp. That's a lot of great information. People can have a lot of fun at the Oxymorons and all that great information about tourism in Colorado. All right. We are going to take our next break. I'm Tammy Devine, and you're listening to The Peak on AM 1460 FM 101.1 The Answer. So I get 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and then the close happening. Hello, James. He's coming. So I get to talk for 2 minutes, 20 seconds before I read this close. Right?
So it's 2 minutes in total, so it's really short.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So like it's 2 minutes in total, and you can talk over the music. So basically, you know how we've been waiting a little bit before gone on so far, like the bumper will happen. Wait a second. This time, I'm going to point you right in, and you'll get to talk to the whole thing, because that's a lot of information to fit into 2 minutes.
That's 60
So I
seconds
should just
right there.
read all this, right?
Yeah.
I should just read this
Mhm.
from the outset.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, and then the bumper will come in at the end. The bumper is long. The bumper is a full minute.
Okay.
So you can talk well into the
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
so. So after this commercial break, I'm gonna go right into the close. And there's a little bit of time in there, then I can say something
Yeah.
script and then the bumper will
Tell us a
play.
joke.
That'll tell me.
A lot of buttons.
Yeah.
Press the wrong one.
Okay. There'll be the bumper music, and I can go into that, but you'll give me the cue
Yeah.
to just 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and
I'll
then-
give you the 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
Cool.
But thank you.
No problem.
I really appreciate you, James.
no problem at all.
Sorry if I called you Matt.
No, it's okay.
You want to ask for a joke? I can make a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mardi Gras and Lent.
I
Joke.
have people like texting me like, it's okay, Sammy. You're doing it.
They're hearing you on the Facebook Live.
Yeah. Thank you, Victoria. And everyone encouraging me.
Yes.
I've needed that encouragement. Ah. Yeah, I'll put it after it'll be. This is not right. Time, I need time.
Right.
It's not on Friday.
Oh, so instead, you will say, tomorrow Chaim is gone, and in place of him, there's going to be Dirk Hobbs with the Southern Colorado.
Dirk
Yeah, Dirk,
Hobbs
Dirk Hobbs,
with
the Southern Colorado Business Forum and Digest.
Business Forum Digest.
Business Forum and Digest.
Business Forum and Digest. From 3 to 4. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for joining us for the Peak News today. We hope you're enjoying the hyper local news talk and are considering joining us as part of the volunteer news team as a citizen journalist, tech, or intern, or as a Peak partner sponsor. Thank you to the Watchman, Chaim Goldman, for inviting me to host today's show while he takes some much needed time off. Also, thank you to Salem Media and all the Peak News sponsors. We air Monday through Thursday. That means we won't be in here tomorrow. Instead, you'll be listening to Dirk Hobbs with the Southern Colorado Business and Digest show, and that'll be from 3 to 4 p.m. right here. Now, you can stay tuned as the Larry Elder show is coming up next on AM 1460, FM 101.1. The Answer. Trip U-Halt, founder of Oxymorons Comedy, has been my guest today. Trip, one last quick word.
That, hey, with Mardi Gras was on Tuesday, Lent, Ash Wednesday was yesterday, and we got those New Year's resolutions not long behind us, so I figured I would give up New Year's resolutions for Lent.
I think that's a good thing.
It's win-win, win-win.
Win-win, absolutely. Thank you so much, Trip, for being here. On the Peak, we say the quiet stuff out loud, and I want to thank Chaim for allowing me to guest host. I don't know if he'll ever bring me back again, but I hope he does. Give me another shot at this. I've had a ton of fun, and of course, it's been great with Trip U-Halt here as well.
All we're missing is a beach ball.
Yeah,
Spring
hey,
break.
next time. I'm Tammy Devine, President and CEO of Divine Family Entertainment. For such